Today we are going to make cured egg yolks two different ways. We have a soy option here, which is my favorite, and then we have the standard OG salt cure. This creates this beautiful, grateable, umami blast of egg yolk. The ingredients are very simple. You need salt and eggs. I'm going to create a base layer in my vessel here of the Morton salt. This is the finer, not as coarse salt. I think it just helps with kind of that first layer. I'm going to mix a little bit of that sea salt that's coarse in as well. And then we're going to grab those eggshells. We're going to come in and we're going to kind of map out where we want to put these. Putting a little divot into the salt is helpful because it'll help that egg yolk sit in there nicely. If you notice it's too thin in any places, just move that salt around and you're good to go. We're going to start to just separate the whites from the yolks. Do this whatever way you prefer. I think for this purpose, hand works the best. Just let that white kind of strain out, do it into a bowl, and then you can make a nice little egg white omelet on the side. Just keep those egg whites for whatever you need. Be very careful putting them into the salt also. If the egg yolk breaks in the salt, it's a real pain to clean up. So drop those in there very gently. And then I'm going to cover them in the coarse salt. I think it's just a little more helpful to cover them in the coarse salt. I think the coarse salt also does a better job sucking out that moisture. Just be careful pouring it on. If it pours out too fast, too hard, it may break the egg yolk. Once those are like 90% covered, we're going to come in with the Morton salt, cover them up the rest of the way, and then you are good to go. The goal here is to let these cure for a significant amount of time. So these are about 4 to 6 days. You want to put them in your fridge. If you do this in a Tupperware, just with the lid on, I'm going to cover them up with some cling film here or saran wrap, whatever you want to call it. All that static electricity sucks all that salt right up, which caught me off guard, but fun little science experiment there. But yeah, 4 to 6 days in your fridge, and you should be good to go. While that's happening, I'm going to make the soy cured egg yolks. These are also very simple. You just need soy sauce. I'm going to use a low sodium. It's not really going to affect the curing process. And then you need a little bit of mirin. I do like to do 4 parts to 1. And then we're going to get those egg yolks in, 4 parts of soy, 1 part of mirin. And now these you only need to let to sit anywhere between 6 and 24 hours. These are not a long-term cure. And these will be more of like a gel. Here they are after, I took them out, I think about 18 hours. It was less than 1 full day. You can see they're definitely firm. They're not runny. Take them out. You could dry them off if you want. I'm going to let a little bit of that soy come, but you can see they got a little bit of give to it. It's kind of like a gummy. And just throw it on a piece of bread or whatever else you want, and you can kind of just push it down. It's like smearing a very nice kind of jam, but it's egg yolk. It has that beautiful soy flavor. If you like soy and eggs, also check out my soy egg video. I'll link that in the description, but just throw a little bit of green onion on there. You're good to go. This is a delicious little snack, and it has so many options as to what you could do it with. You could put this onto anything. You could throw that right on top of a little rice bowl and have just a delicious little umami egg yolk sitting on there. But now back to the salt ones. Here we are 4 days later. It's about 4.5 days. I tried to go in with the hand, as you can see on that one egg, and it kind of just smeared it a little bit. They're soft. They're not fully hard yet. Baking them is the next step. That'll get there, but just dig these all out. You can see they are definitely very solidified, though. They're not runny. They don't look like egg yolks. They look like kind of like orange cough drops. But just dig those all out, and then we are going to rinse off the outer layer of the salt. Make sure you dry them a little bit at this stage. I left the bottoms a little wet, and you're going to see it's going to make kind of the pattern there of the rack indent itself into the egg yolk. Doesn't really matter. We're going to throw it in for 180 degrees for about 1 hour, and that's going to dry these up, and that's exactly what you're looking for. You can see the great pattern there. That was just because they were a little damp. And now all you have to do is grate them. You could put this over pasta. You could put it over egg yolk. If you want to put it over like any sort of egg dish to give it just a little different definition of egg flavor, you could take this and put it over anything. Just know that it is very salty, so use it in moderation, but it's a fun new way to use eggs in your recipes and get a little bit of that umami egg flavor. Give it a try.